Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. We. Let me clarify this again. We are all affected by COVID-19, one way or another. No matter who we are, no matter where are we. However, some of us are at a higher risk. For instance, older people and people with underlying health conditions. And maybe some of us are more affected by this pandemic due to individual, community, or geographical circumstances. My name is Sultan Mahathir Bastha, and today I'm going to talk about how we, as a young generation, can contribute to face COVID-19 and support our sustainable development goals. My point right now, is the third point of our sustainable development goals, which is good health and well-being. My father had a stroke when I was in 5th grade, and it was a really turning point in my life, and for my family, of course. My mother had to work 10 times more as a mother, as a worker, and she had to sacrifice her fun. She had to sacrifice her stuff. She had to sacrifice her time, and she had to sacrifice everything that she has to support our family. But most important of all, she did her best to support our family. So I want you, dear judges and fellow listeners, to have the same mindset, to have the same heart, to have the same mentality as my mother, to did our best to support our sustainable development goals, to face COVID-19, so maybe someday, maybe next week, maybe next month, or maybe next year, we can live normally again. As a young generation, there are a couple things that we can do to face COVID-19. The first one is you can do simple health routines. For example, washing your hands, stay away from crowded places, and wear a mask. The second thing that you can do as a young generation is you can educate your friends, educate your family, and educate your community. If you educate them properly, there will be no misinformation spread in our social media, in our community, and others. If we eliminate that misinformation, if we eliminate that factor, we can minimize the spread of COVID-19 by doing proper things, such as the routines that I gave you previously. The third thing that you can do as a young generation is you can donate. Now, let me specify this clearly. Donation is not all about money. You can donate your time by volunteering, you can donate your blood, or, as I mentioned previously, you can also donate your money through various charities. And the last thing that you can do as a young generation is you can do your best. You can do your best to face this problem by doing all the other 3 factors that I mentioned previously. As a closing statement, I would like all of you to do this in the health protocols way, and I want you all to stay safe, stay educated, stay healthy, and face these problems together so we can live a better life. Thank you. That's all for my speech. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.